Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching it later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. So once you hop on tonight's live, or if you are hopping on the replay at a later date, say hi in the comments or hashtag replay and let me know that you are here. I also want to let you know real quick that I'm live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person may be viewing and watching from a different platform. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group, the Crafty Collab, there is a permission link in the description of the video. If you click that link, that just allows StreamYard to pin your profile name and pick to your comment. If you choose not to click that permission link, that's a-okay. Just know that your comment will show up as Facebook user in my comments. I will still say hi, but I may not know who I'm saying hi to. And as always, if you like what you see during this project and you think others should see it as well, please feel free to share the crafty love all over Facebook and YouTube, and hit that like button, hit that heart button, or the thumbs up button, depending on what platform you're on. And then make sure you are subscribing or following and turning on all of your notifications. That just helps me as a content creator and very small business owner, and it also helps others as you watch their lives and replays as well. So with that, let's see who is on. I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door, and there are a few others on who haven't quite said hello yet. But with that, let's go ahead and flip the camera. So I am going to be using 3 different of these size C transfers. Sorry, my camera's a little blurry. So these are not size C's. These are size D 18 by 18 transfers, and these are a good bang for your buck if you are budget conscious, because there are 4 designs per transfer on this one. This one happens to have the chicken wire, the brick, the wood grain, and the book page, and I think we'll be using the wood grain on one. These are sticky back reusable transfers. They are reusable about 8 to 10 times depending on how well you take care of them, and they are adhesive backed. So because they are reusable, you need to always make sure that you return it to the correct side of your carrier sheet. And so I have already on the back written back side, but let's go ahead. You need to either write the word back, or you can write what it is. This is houndstooth, and this is, I'm not for sure. We'll put geometric. This one is basket weave, and I don't always cut my transfers apart. I usually leave them intact, but because of the way I'm going to be storing these, I've gone ahead and cut them. So I'm just writing on the back side what they are. That way I know that when I am finished with these, and these are all 12 of these are the exact same size, I know that the levered transfer goes on this particular backer sheet. So like I said, these are the 4 that came on this sheet, and these are the 4 Farmhouse Patterns. This transfer is still available. Hello, Miss Bonita. And then, welcome. And I need to figure out, I think, these 4, I must not have gotten the others out. These 4 come on this transfer, and I believe, so let's go this way. So this one is the 4 texture patterns. So you have your basket weave, your houndstooth. I was calling this one micro dots, and then this one is kind of a geometric pattern. So those come on that transfer, and this one is also still available. This leopard, however, is not, but it comes on this particular size C transfer, and this one is called the Found Patterns from Nature. So there's two florals, the leopard, and kind of this patch pattern, but I won't be using these three. So I think I'm just going to use the leopard, the buffalo or the houndstooth, although the basket weave is really pretty. So is that one. Maybe, since this kind of reminds me of Aztec slightly, so I'll let you guys decide. Should I use the houndstooth or this Aztec-ish geometric? And then I wanted to use the wood grain. So you'll notice that this one is not cut. Well, the backer sheet isn't cut, but you'll notice that it has suggested trim lines. So I'm just going to literally trim them apart. So I will end up probably storing these with my B-size transfers because they're more of a B-size size. So I'll put those away. Make sure these are all. So you need to let me know. Do you think I should do houndstooth or Aztec-ish geometric Aztec? I'm trying to think if it would look good. I think I might do that one. I prefer houndstooth, but I'm not trying to do everything to suit just me. So those are our three transfers. And then I just got into my stash. I have three of, oh, Jason says houndstooth. Well, we'll decide. We'll see. So I have three of these oval plaques. These happen to be from Walmart. They're the Plaque brand. And I know they aren't very expensive. They are, I would imagine they're like less than $2. These are about 7.5 by 5, a little over 5. So 5 by 7-ish. And then these I had in my stash from Zedolatry. So these are about 8 3/4 by 5, a little over 5. So they're about the same width, just different heights. So we're going to use all of those. But we need to remove, didn't get these stickers removed, although I don't really have to worry about it. I am going to remove these, and I tried to remove some of these this morning and totally cracked the backing. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to heat them up a little bit. See if I can get them pulled off that way. Much easier. And I don't wreck the surface. So how's everyone's week been? Everyone's staying cool. It's just been ridiculous. So I'm keeping cool by making fall and Halloween decor. And yes, I should have had this done ahead of time, but oh well. I'm just going to pull this sticker off. You could also use the oval plaques from Hobby Lobby. They're just a little more chunky, and they're probably about that size. Oh, man. Jason says this Wednesday was the toughest Monday he's had in a while. Yeah, we have a. It was definitely a weird day in the Banana household. If you get this sticker up as well, it will come right off. Oh, probably the sticky stuff. Let's see if. I'm not terribly worried. That'll be the back. Okay, put that away. Oops. Okay, so now we probably need to do some painting. And I may cheat and just do the center panel live. So this is kind of my vision. So I'll have 3 of these pumpkins, and you put 2 down, and then you put the third on top. And you can put them pretty much straight like this. You could kind of alternate them. You could pull out the top and make it wider. You could pull it up or pull it down. And then I kind of like it just straight though. And then I have my little scrap paint stick things that I'll use again for stems. Maybe not quite that long. When I cut a bunch of these down, I like to just tape them, and then I'll use my miter saw and just cut them all at once. So that's why they're all still taped together. I just throw them in my scrap bin, taped together. That looks better, a little shorter. I may have to cut some of these down. There's 3 right there. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'll just pick 3 of them. I'll probably pick the 2 that I broke or that I've pulled, and those will be my center pumpkins. And then I'll pull one of these. So let's put everything else to the side. And again, it's another one of those things. I should have had this done ahead of time. So I have picked for my pumpkins, I'm going to do 1 pumpkin. I'm going to do it in papaya and then maybe do the design in rust. Or if you have saucy, or you can combine probably orange peel with a tiny bit of maybe dune or bark to get kind of a darker orangey brown. And then my next pumpkin is going to probably be, I don't know what color I want the base. I think I want the base, the darker color, and then we'll do the design in, so this is Couture teal, and we'll do the design in eggshell blue. And then I'm going to use Nominee for the base and use Black for the leopard. So let's get to painting. Let's get some water. So I think I'll do, oops, I still haven't torn that off yet. And then we'll do papaya. Okay. I've got a couple of paintbrushes right here. So when I paint Hello, Melissa from Junk and Craft Treasures. She says, hey girl, wanted to stop by and say hi. Hello, welcome. I think I've been mentioning your name quite a bit lately because I've been doing some mold and some trim mold and model magic. Um, so I've been referring to your channel quite a bit. It's been fun making little uh, trim for my Jenga pumpkins, all that fun stuff. So I'm painting with the sadly sold out color of the month, but it's just too divine not to use. Melissa's asking, she says, oh, how fun, and do you like it? Yeah, I do. I haven't tried the paper clay yet, but I had some model magic, and I figured that would be kind of the least expensive way to try it. So far, so good. I'm just going to spray a little bit of water on my paint, or on my pumpkin center. I'm going to have to sand this one because it's pulling up a lot of my wood fibers. You can see that. Melissa says absolutely, and she always says use what you have. In fact, I even I cheated and bought that. There's a pie crust mold at Hobby Lobby. It's in the cake baking section. I bought it yesterday, and it makes really fun trim molding. It works really well. I'm just painting these up real quick. I know it's no fun watching somebody paint, but I also think it's important to show you how easy it is to paint with chalk paste. Go on to our next color. The pie mold is cool. I've got a couple of, I'll have to pull out my pieces here in a little bit, and I'll show you what those look like. So this is Couture Teal. I'm just going to spray my wood a little bit just to get that paste going a little bit more. In fact, let's paint our sides first. So did everyone participate in the giveaway check-in post this morning? If not, you should do that, and we'll be drawing for some Happy Mail giveaway at the end of the video. So I try to do that on the mornings that I go live. Today's was fun, I thought. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Melissa. Yes, I'm making a pumpkin. These are going to be the centers of my pumpkins. So, like, these were just in my stash. The smaller ovals are from Walmart. These were from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to make some pumpkins. I'm going to add, I just have these scraps from cutting all my paint sticks down. So those are going to be the stems. And I'm just going to chalk on the centers. So this one's going to be levered. This one will be kind of this geometric Aztec print. And then the orange one will be wood grain. Benita says the game this morning, the we did some predictive text. She said it made her laugh. Some of them were interesting. So I'm just going to paint the centers tonight because you don't need to be watching me paint the whole pumpkin. And I'll assemble one of them, probably, maybe all three of them. And then I'll paint them later when I get off camera. Okay. So just put these away. So I used the color of the month, which is Nominee. Sadly, you're no longer able to buy that, but I'm still going to use it because it's so pretty. This was Couture Teal. Now I'm going to be using Papaya. So I just like to spray a little bit of distilled water, excuse me, in my lid and kind of get my paintbrush a little wet. And then this one's new, so I haven't taken the foil off of it yet. So then I just dip it into the paste. And if your paste gets a little stiff on you, you can always spray your surface down a little bit. Here. So then I'm going to dip into some more water, dip into some more paste. Oops, I should have done my sides first. I try to paint my sides first because it's easier to hold on to when the top or bottom is not painted yet. But I sometimes forget. Just put that over here near me. So I have to say I survived my first colonoscopy yesterday. My bowels are not very happy that I did not feed them for 42 hours and then decided to feed them again today. But we're getting there. It's over and I don't have to do it for at least 364 days. Hopefully longer than that. Yeah, the prep for those it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it certainly is not something that I want to do again tomorrow. And I was so ready to eat because I figured I was mostly done at 9:30. The latest I was going to be able to, or the earliest I could eat was maybe 10. And then they threw me a curveball and decided that I needed a CT scan at 2:15 yesterday afternoon. So I had to go even longer without eating. But it wasn't terrible. I did have to walk around with my IV in all day, so that wasn't any fun. Now I've got a battle scar. Okay, I don't think I have to do any second coats. I don't know yet if everything is okay. Most likely, my gastroenterologist didn't seem too concerned, but he just wanted to rule out the worst. My colon looks great, but there's something outside of the colon that's making one of the walls bulge in a little bit, so I just want to make sure nothing's wrong. So, but I haven't gotten the results back yet. So we'll see. I'm praying that it's nothing. Let's get out. Oh, thank you, Melissa. She said she'll be praying for me. I mean, the health report is online and I was able to read it, but you know, those things are just gibberish. Medical terminology, and you know, you could Google it, but that means you're either, you know, just fine or we've got 2 days to live. So, and I mean that, and I'll half joking, half serious. I know that it probably isn't something to joke about, but that's how I cope with it. So my apologies if somebody doesn't find that funny, but that's what happens when you Google things that you don't know anything about. Well, thanks, Bonita. She says she'll put me on her prayer list as well. I greatly appreciate it. Again, I'm hoping that it's nothing. Melissa, I read that you had an endoscope on Monday. I'm hoping everything's okay with that. And you had other things that didn't sound very pleasant. Yes. Melissa, you're right. Google will take you down a rabbit hole. Okay, I'm going to turn this up a little bit just to see if I can get it to dry a little quicker. The worst part, the other thing about my CT scan, not only could I not eat, but I had to chug another 32 ounces of water 90 minutes before my CT scan. And after chugging all of the prep stuff the day before, I was really just tired of filling my gut full of liquids. Okay, so we'll have 3 pumpkins. I'm just making sure that it's a good size. Okay, I need to get my stems painted. And I may just let's just do one stem. One more paintbrush. Yeah, it was a lot of fluids. I was done. I was done drinking. So this is the Waverly Antique Wax that I like. It's kind of a faux stain. So I'm just going to paint it on this paint stick. Try to get the edges first. And then I'm not going to do all of the backside, just enough that hopefully it doesn't show. I usually wear gloves for this stuff because your hands get super dirty, but I'll be a rebel. Actually, didn't need to paint down there. So then what I do is just take a paper towel and just wipe it all off. And that kind of gives you that stained look. We'll just do one more real quick. Bonita says she loves using the wax with the baby wipe. It pulls out the grain. Yeah. You could even just use, like, if you had bark chalk paste, you could wipe that on with a baby wipe as well. I just really like this stuff. Just put whatever floats your boat. I know Melissa likes the Valspar Antiquing Glaze. I have some of that. It's just a little darker than I prefer, but I do use it. You could also just use like an acrylic paint, like a burnt umber color, and then I like to water that down. Or actually, I don't always water it down. So marble in a little bit of a tiny bit of black acrylic paint. Don't mix it into the burnt umber, but just kind of marble it in and then apply that with a baby wipe. Melissa says she loves her Valspar Antiquing Glaze, and she also uses burnt umber as well. Okay, so there's two. That's plenty for right now. Get last wipe out. Package is done. If I don't get this off my fingers, it will end up everywhere, so don't mind me. Save that for later. Okay, so this one needs a little bit of a sand. It got kind of furry when I painted it. It's very soft pine, so I'm just going to take my little finger sander and just gently. I don't want to remove a lot of paint. I just want to remove a lot of those fibers. Okay, that's better. Okay, that away. And then let's get out our wax. I know lots and lots of steps, but trust me, it will be worth it. So let's pull all these. Those are pretty smooth, so I'm gonna go with those the way they are. Let's put those out of the way. So let's wax these three. I'm going to heat up my wax just a little bit. As it gets used, it gets a little harder to spread. I just heat it up a little bit. I did get a fun reusable shopping bag. They put all my belongings in it yesterday at my colonoscopy, and then they just keep it with the gurney that they wheel you in and out of with. So now I have a fun shopping bag that I can upcycle with a Chalk Couture transfer. I was a little bummed at first because it's purple, but it's also almost Halloween, and that's the only time I use purple. So guess what I'm going to be doing in a live soon? We're going to upcycle that puppy into a trick-or-treat bag. That's pretty good. So I'm just adding wax, and that is going to seal up any little nooks and crannies that I might still have on my wood surface. So it's going to protect my surface. It's also going to protect my transfer and my paste so that my paste hopefully doesn't bleed or feather. And then it will keep my transfer from sticking so hard that it stretches or distorts, hopefully. I need to clean these. Mine are looking pretty gross. So I usually, to clean mine, I usually soak them in I spray them with like some Dawn Power Wash or just some straight dish soap, and then let them soak in some soapy water. It doesn't get them totally clean, but it gets a lot of that wax buildup off. If anybody else has cleaned theirs successfully, let us know. That's how I cleaned mine. Ooh, this isn't working out. Okay, I think that's good enough. And since it's a pattern, I don't have to be terribly worried about bleeding or feathering, but still want your design as crisp as you can get it. Okay, let's do the teal one first. So again, this is kind of that geometric, I think it has a little bit of a Aztec feel. And I will link all of the products I've used tonight in the description or in the comments after my live. If you are watching live or replay from YouTube, those are already in the video description. Bonita said she was wondering how to clean them. You have a couple of that need cleaned or tossed. Yeah, I've cleaned these. I don't know where my other one is. I've cleaned these once before. And they got fairly clean. I might leave mine out so I can remember to clean them. Okie doke. Because these are sticky backed and I'm putting them on a painted surface, I need to protect not only my transfer but my painted surface. So we're just going to knock back a little bit of that adhesive. So I'm fuzzing the transfer. So I'm just putting a small layer of lint that is on this terry cloth fuzz towel, i.e. for mine, it's a bunch of dog hair and probably my hairs. Because my craft table is not only my craft table, but it is also my vanity in the morning. Don't judge me, but there's good lighting down here. And it's cool down here. Okay, I am going to put the backer sheet underneath my oval. That will keep the extra pieces of the transfer from, that's a bummer, it's not going to look it that way, from sticking to my glass mat. So I'm going to have to move this slightly. I'll just move it a little bit. It won't kill me. Okay, so I'm just going to place it down. I'm going to burnish it. And then the design is going to be eggshell blue. I could use it at an angle, but then the points of the design would be diagonal. I had already thought of that, but then it shifts the design, and that wasn't quite where I was wanting to go. Okay, so I'm just going to dip. Actually, let's use a bigger squeegee. I'm going to dip, excuse me, my small squeegee into my eggshell blue. I'm just going to drag it across the silk screen area. You just want to cover up all of the silk screen. Now keep in mind, a lot of these designs are meant to be distressed, so your image may not come out perfect. And that's most likely by design. But I like the fact that even if it isn't distressed, you can still kind of pull off that look by saying that's what you meant to do. So now you want to pull off all of that excess so you can kind of see the transfer in silk screen again. You can put any excess back in your jar. And you want to even out any squeegee lines. And then you might need a little helper. I just put a little pointy end down where there's a negative space in the design to kind of help me hold it down. Bonita says if you're going to put a bow on it, move the transfer to the bottom. I thought about that, but it'd be my luck that it would still show through, or that it would still show. So I'll just move it down a little bit and hope that it what's the word? Lines up. If it doesn't, then I can flip it around and the bottom will become the top. This may be fun. Let's use so I need to come down this way. That is easier said than done. Ah, poop sticks. I had some on the back. See the blotch I just did? Poopy doopy. Nope, not touching it. Okay. Oh, I see what I need to do. So I've got the rest of it dirty. Oops, I'm going to do it this way-ish. This isn't the best way to do it either. I see where I need to line it up, but it's seeing it and doing it are two different things. I think that might be the closest we get. Quick, before I change my mind. Now, let's hope. Works pretty good, actually. Now I have a huge mess. Okay. Let's take that off of there. So now I'll just have to, once that's dry, I may just lightly sand that little bit off and fix it later. So let's put that to the side. And I'm going to, I'm just going to show you how easy it is to clean the transfers, but I don't think I will because I'm already kind of late. So what I'm going to do is just lay the transfer on a towel and spray it off with some water until I'm ready to clean it. Okay, so let's put this one aside. And then let's do the wood grain. Just put that right there. Let's bring in the orange one. And again, we need to fuzz it. Ooh, that was super sticky. So it'll probably be the same way, although I can kind of get away with it with the wood grain. There won't be much to this one, but so I'm going to use rust. So I'm just going to drag it. I'm going to go this way since that's the way that literally the grain goes. I'm just covering up all of that silk screen. Turn it around. Oops. So now I'm just going to pick up the excess. Even out my squeegee lines. And then we'll pull that off. Excuse me. Pretty. So let's get that dried. Kind of looks like I'm making Easter eggs, but I'm not. whole thing is, we thought it was too blank in a few areas, like kind of down here, and then we need to fill in a little up here. Where is, we can just put this dirty part down on the backer sheet, but we can use like this piece over here to kind of fill in where we might have some wood grain gaps. Hopefully it won't look funny. Got a little splotch there, but it's wood grain, so I don't think that matters a whole lot. I think that's pretty good. I think we'll just leave it. Should probably leave it. Okay, so there's that one. Just load that one over there somewhere. So there's that pumpkin. Hey, Kendria. How are you? So we are making wood oval pumpkins. And I'm just doing the centers for right now, because then I'll go and paint the rest of them off camera. But this is what our pumpkins are going to look like. And then these are the little stems. And then I'm going to add some fabric scraps to the stem. So we've got the turquoise, the couture teal with eggshell blue on top. This one is papaya with rust wood grain. And then last but not least is my favorite, which is the leopard. Kendra says she's good and asks how I am. I'm doing well. We could take this up a notch and do shimmer silver on top, or shimmer shadow on top of the gold. That might be a bit much. So we're just going to use black velvet on this one. And again, these are ovals from Dollar Tree. I don't know if they still have them. These were in my stash. And then these smaller ovals are the plaid wood ovals from Walmart. So I'm just taking my small squeegee and dipping it into the black velvet paste. We're just going to run it and pull it down across all of the silkscreen area. I think this transfer would make super fun earrings too, which are on my list of things to do. As much as I love leopard, you would have thought I would have already made a pair, but that pesky job, which I love, but darn it, it gets in the way. Okay, so I'm putting the excess back in my jar. Melissa says she's sorry, but she has to pop in and out. It's looking so good. Well, thank you. No worries. Come and go as you like. I don't mind a bit. I have to pop in and out of everybody else's. Ta-da! Love me some leopard. So these are super easy to clean. You just need a water source. Like just a tub of water or a utility sink or your kitchen sink, bathtub. Anita says she knows that feeling of the job getting in the way of crafty life. But you know what? If we didn't have that job, we couldn't afford the crafty life. Melissa says that one looks so cool. Okay. So this one's going to end up looking like this. And granted, the other two pieces will be painted, but for tonight's sake, I was just going to put them together and then I can paint them later. So that's what that one's going to look like. I think we'll put the Aztec one together because I have some fabric scraps right here that will be perfect for those. So let's get out I like to use the Type Bond glue, the quick and thick, because it does dry super fast. And I may leave that splotch. I don't know, we'll see. But if not, I can fix it later. So let's use my straight edge down here. And then I'm just going to I'm going to grab a pencil. Hopefully it has lead in it. I'm just going to make a little mark where I know where to put my glue. My lead's falling out. It just gives me a guideline where to put my glue. And then I might put just a few dollops of hot glue on. I don't normally do that just because the stuff dries pretty quick, but for the sake of time, because I've been on an hour, we'll just go ahead and do it that way. Hopefully it sticks down. Oops. If you don't get it quite near your pencil lines, that's okay. Your paint will cover it up. Make sure I oozed. You oozed. Try to get that off because it may not paint very well. My hot glue oozed. Okay, that's pretty good. So that's what our pumpkin's going to look like. And then our cute little stem. So we'll add some glue to that. And it just kind of fits perfectly right in there with the, in between the two little ovals. Super cute. Okay. I wanted to, and just imagine this being teal as well. It's a little cattywampus, but you know, most pumpkins out in the patch aren't very, or hardly ever perfectly round. So here is some of the, this might be a little wild, but we're going to go with it anyway. I have some of this Southwest print. I do also have some leopard print. I do also have some denim. I'm trying to think of what other colors might. That's a stretch, but it might work. I need to get into some of my other scraps. I think we'll just use these. I don't know if denim would look good. We'll just use this because I have a bunch of this. Do you think the ticking looks decent with that, or no? What do you think? Well, at least we'll start with this for right now because I definitely know I want to use that. And I bet, because I don't have any of my scraps with me, but I dig into my fat quarters. I bet I have something that will work. I can use one of these bandanas. It's a bit too blue. I think that bandana will work. That might give us enough contrast. Jason says these are so cool. Okay, so let's, I think hopefully that's tied on enough or glued on enough. Might need to be a little longer. Add maybe a plain cream or a coffee stained strip. I don't have any plain. I know I don't have any coffee stains. I just have some plain. It's not technically plain. There is a slight hint of a floral pattern. Yeah, you can see it. That might work. So I'm just going to cut. I'm just going to tear a strip of that. My folder. So what I did is I just cut a little snip and then literally tear it. Same way with this one. So just cut a little, couple little snips. And I absolutely love bandanas. They're one of my favorites to use. They're cheap. They're a little bigger than fat quarters. And like Hobby Lobby carries them for different seasons and holidays and designs. And thanks for the suggestion, Bonita. These might be a little long, but I'd rather them be too long than too short for right now, so I know what's going on. I could put some raffia in there. Those in half. This might not look like it should. So I'm going to twist this one to make sure that I can kind of see the print still as I'm tying it. And then bunch it up, tie it tight, because then that's going to scrunch all the rest of your fabrics up. Let's see. Tuck that one through and then give it a kind of a twist. And then see what kind of a mess we've made. And I actually kind of like them hanging down like that. I mean, the only other thing you could do is cut them shorter, but I kind of like them just drooping down like that. So there's that one. I think it'll be cute, especially once I get it all painted. But I like that one. Fun, fun. Okie doke. So that is this one I think I'm going to pair with, so this one will have, this one's one of my favorite fabrics that I've made my fabric pumpkins with. It's kind of a boho type floral. It's really pretty. So I think I'm going to use that for this pumpkin. And I think the ticking would look really pretty with that too. And then, of course, the leopard. It might be overkill, but I don't care. I think that's super cute. I might find a little bit of black to go with that one. So those are going to be our pumpkins. So I will finish these in the next couple of days. And then I'll take some pictures of them. Anita says that would work. Oh, you were talking about the other fabric. So here is going to be our leopard one. I think those turned out super cute. What do y'all think? Something you think you might try? I just think it turned out cute. I kind of like them just drooping like that. So there is our pumpkin. Okie doke. There you go. Cute little pumpkin. And it'll look really even more cute when it's actually painted. But I just kind of wanted to show you the technique, and then I'll finish all of the fluff and extras off camera. And actually my ribbons hide my little boo-boo, so we'll call it its birthmark or something. That's where it was sitting in the field too long. Bonita says Kendra says cute. Really cute. Love them. Bonita says, absolutely, we'll try this. And Jason says, awesome, and it's not what he was expecting. He always asks me what I'm going to make, and I guess this one wasn't what he was. I think thinking I was going to make. Again, I just want to remind you about, just trying to find the graphic, Club Couture. If you've ever wanted to try Club Couture or wanted to try Chalk Couture, Club Couture is a great way to do it. And as of this month, they have added a surface to the club monthly kit. Get rid of that comment. Oops. So this month's transfer is the county fair. It comes with, not only do you get the transfer, but you also get 3 paste singles. And this month's colors are Currant Jam, Papaya, which is the lighter orange that we used this evening, and Pesto. But you also now get a chalkable shape to coordinate with your transfer at no additional cost. So it's still $21.99 a month. It is shipped free to your house. There is a 3-month minimum commitment to sign up, but you can cancel anytime after that 3 months. There's also other perks. So find that one. Also new this month. Oh, I deleted. No, I didn't. Is so you get the free coordinating chalkable shape every month. You get an exclusive squeegee of the year at your subscription anniversary. You get a free holiday gift in your November shipment if you are still an active club member. You get free product guides 4 times annually when new catalogs are launched. You get digital discounts as a VIP club member. You can also share your club by gifting a specific month with friends and family. So say you don't like September's kit. Before it's shipped out to you, you have the opportunity to tell Chalk Couture that you would like it to sent somewhere else. So you could send it to another family member who wants to try Chalk Couture. So that's really cool. So you're not wasting your subscription. If you don't want it, maybe you can gift it that month to somebody who might. And then the other cool benefit is that you can you're eligible for discounted prepaid memberships for 4 or 12 months. So say you know that your daughter wants to join Club Couture but may not be able to swing it, or she's really crafty and maybe she wants to share it with her friends at college, you can gift her a 4 or a 12-month Club Couture membership, which is a great way to fill up somebody's stocking. So those are some of the cool perks. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to message me or ask down in the comments. I'll also have some Club Couture links in the comments excuse me, after this live is over. If you're on YouTube, they are already in the video description. I will be live again. I really liked the Sunday evening live, so I'll probably try that again instead of Monday. So be checking for like a Sunday, excuse me, be checking for like a Sunday morning live check-in question. Might be like late morning. Speaking of check-in, let's go ahead. I'm going to flip the camera back over and let's do the drawing from this morning. Make sure I had 7 participants. So I have all of those loaded. So I'm going to hit the start button. And let's see who our winner is. Kelly is our winner. Congratulations, Kelly. So I will let her know that she is the winner. And I appreciate all of you who participated this morning reading your, thanks, Jason. He was reminding me. I had fun reading all of your predictive text things that got stuck because it was so hot. Oh, thanks, Kendra. She said, enjoyed hanging out with you. Hope you have a great evening. So I'm going to hop off as well. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. If you wouldn't mind putting me on your prayers, just waiting for some CT scan results. Hopefully nothing big. But that would be great if you could add me to your prayer list. And I will see you on Sunday evening. Thanks for watching.